So this is it, people. This is it. This is what has broken the internet. Yearly, this other guy that we're looking at on the screen is the guy that has literally broken the whole internet. And today, that's what we are here to talk about. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section before we go any far. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect with the live stream. It's been a while since I've done some live streams on YouTube, but I'm excited. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you're watching this live stream on Facebook, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect even you're on YouTube. Let's get into the conversation. As we have been given the bomb from Fabrizio Ramon, David Ornstein, all the reliable sources have confirmed. Medicals are ongoing, everything agreed, documents are waiting to be signed. It looks like this is it. Madrid have lost their men, Liverpool have lost their men, PSG have lost their men, and Manchester United have gotten their guy. And I'm not gonna be one of those haters fans who's gonna come out and be saying, okay, we didn't want him, we didn't have any evidence of showing that we need him. That will be a lie. All the things, all the facts we saw today, where all the teams were interested in the getting this guy, and he has decided to go to Manchester United. They decided to attack this transfer like their life depended on it. And at the end of the day, they got their deal. So let's not try to pretend here. Let's not try to look like we are cool or whatever. Let's first fact, we have lost. And I have some things that I'm going to say, but let's go into the story. As Fabrizio Ramon confirmed, we were all reading this one, people, when we came out. We were told that here we go, Larry Yoro to Manchester United. Done deal, according to Fabrizio Ramon. More tests to follow as he is ready to sign a 5-year deal until June 2029. Leo and Man United have all documents set for the deal worth around 50 plus add-ons. Add-ons, according to the reliable sources we've been told, is going to go to maybe around 65 or something like that. And there'll be a lot of things that will be said about this deal. And I understand because we didn't get him. I get it. We are looking, everyone's going to be looking in this situation in the way they want to look at it because we are all feeling the hurt. I'm telling you, as a Liverpool fan, listening to all the information which was put out when it comes to this guy and the fact that we did not get him, it is even more worse than we even think about it. Let me tell you what I was told as a Liverpool fan, and I'm going to try to be honest with you. I was told that Liverpool's main target as a centre back is Larry Euro, and this is the guy that they're gonna get no matter what happens. And because of course this guy came out and he was saying that his eyes and everything are said to go to Manchester to Real Madrid, and everyone get it. And what we were told, and I believed this by the way, we were told that Liverpool are going to wait to anything that happens between the player and the Real Madrid. And if anything happens, if there's an opening, they will attack. But we were told last week that Man United had reached an agreement with the club. Of course, it was already told the deal what it was worth and what they were actually going to achieve. They've reached the deal with the player first. After reaching the deal, they made sure that they pursued on the player side. Remember, they had about 3 players that were coming out for the centre back options. They wanted Brett White from Everton. They also wanted to sign Matthias de Ligt from Bayern Munich, as well as oh my God, I'm even having problems with Leny Euro, according to what I don't know why I'm saying Larry. It's Leny Euro. He was one of the guys that they were going to add into this team to make sure that this is a strong team because, of course, they are looking to refresh everything, to get new blood, to get players who are ready to fight. They've already done a good deal, by the way, which has been announced. This is also one of the other major deals that they've come up with. It has been confirmed by all reliable sources, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it how we missed out on this thing. I don't get it because we were saying that we were interested. Real Madrid had their own thing, and I think, to be honest, what actually pushed this deal was Manchester United agreeing with Lyle. Because if they had not done that, I'm 100% sure that so many people will be waiting to see how this deal was going to go. Unlike they'll be waiting to see how situations were going to turn. But Manchester United, they had a mission and they went for it. Full focused, and they went to get their player. They got their man, and here we are. talking about how much this is a good deal for this team because we know what they are going to do. We know what they're trying to work on. We know what they're trying to build. I have seen so many fan accounts of Liverpool trying to compare him to Konza, trying to compare to everyone. I don't really care about that. We were told that Liverpool read this guy as the next person to replace Virgil van Dijk. And I take those words very, very seriously because they were said by them. And now that we are here and we are looking at how the meltdown is looking like, it's just painful. It is just painful to actually accept, to see, and actually be able to just say, okay, this is what has happened. It's painful, but there's nothing we can do. We have to move on from. But let me tell you the other team what they're actually saying after losing. The team that the player actually was interested in. Let me tell you what the Real Madrid had to say about what this deal actually means and what they were saying. So this is what we were told about the deal. Listen to what Madrid did say. Real Madrid's message: we will not pay any more money. We have our strategy, and if you want to come, you follow our strategy. So they are literally saying to the player that you know our strategy. We told you what our strategy is. We were gonna come and get you, but if you're not gonna wait for us, and if you're gonna just jump to anyone who throws money at your club, then that's up to you. And I felt like that was not fair. The reason why I felt that was not fair is because I was looking at it in this situation that this is a player who believes that is one of the best. The club that is playing in, they want to make what we call, I would call it maybe profit on what they've actually built from academy going up. This is a player that they've worked on. For him to know, for us to even know about him, it's because of what he has managed to do under the club he has been playing with his left. And the fact that they wanted him to be the guy that actually brings some profit to them so that they can use to actually improve the teams where they are losing one of their best players. And the Real Madrid coming out and say that if you're not going to take 20 million euro, we're going to walk out. We don't even care. We'll wait until next season. This player wants us and we'll get him as a free agent. That is not fair. Of course, it worked with Kylian Mbappe because PSG were willing to throw away the money. But in terms of this player, it's not fair. He's not coming out from a club which they're not in agreement with the team that with the club he was working with. They're actually in a good relationship, and he's hoping that at least he leaves something that this team can actually build something with. Going to the new team, he's going to be part of. And the Real Madrid coming out with this weirdness that they were playing it is actually not fair. And I actually understand and I actually accept. I actually feel happy that he actually managed to make a decision after seeing that the club he wanted are actually not interested in him. They're actually trying to rob his team. And I said it weeks ago, if you remember some of the videos that I said, Real Madrid, of course, they're a big club. We get it. But sometimes that strategy is not fair in terms of how they're treating other teams that are producing these youngsters, which they are buying. It's not actually fair. And the fact that this was done in this manner, it's actually fair. It actually is actually good, letting the big teams know that they can lose on players that are not being fair on other teams. And I actually love it. And I can't wait to see what you guys think on it. Let me know in the comment section. What do you think of this player going to Man United? I actually feel like this is a player who's going to improve them. This is a player that is actually going to, at least I believe, bring the best out of this team, which we call United. And I feel like it will improve so much their defense, even if we don't want to admit it as much as it hurts. I do believe this will bring out the best in terms of Manchester United as a team, in terms of what they are really working on to achieve as a team. This will make them even perfect as how they'll approach the games, how they'll actually be, what they will do as we get into this game. And I'm really happy that they get the deal done because they were trying to be played for a fool. That's how I felt. Real Madrid were trying to play for a fool, this little team, and they got this thing done. And I'm just happy for United. And I'm gutted that my team walked away because I've been hearing this for some weeks. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm always going to be reading some of the stories. Real Madrid, Liverpool accounts that are there on YouTube, on Twitter, and all those ones, they were saying that losing to Real Madrid for a player, it's okay. They're the biggest team in the world. Losing a player to Manchester United, that is just embarrassing because it doesn't make sense. We are dealing with Of course, we believe that we are on top of Manchester United at the moment, which is actually fair because we have done more in the past seasons than them. Of course, we get it. We are on top, but you have to understand who your owners are. These are the Glazer. These are the FSG people you used to worship when they would get deals of bangers of players spending less amount of money. Now the fact that we are losing some of the targets that we want, some of the prime targets, we're gonna act like we really hurt with what's happening. We have allowed this. We deserve what we're going through, and until we change, until we start putting pressure, according to what Craig was saying, that will change. And this is now becoming a trend of embarrassment. Last season, the Caicedo thing, we were embarrassed. And to make it even worse, they went and they got Liverpool, Chelsea. Now we are here. We just lost one of the prime targets in Larry Euro. We were told that we were interested in Calafori, who was supposed to be coming to Liverpool. Guess what? He's going to us now. So I don't even get it. Of course, I understand that we are in this moment where we are transforming. A lot of things are changing. We don't even know how the team will look like come next season, but the embarrassment that we're facing as a team, man, it's just unreal. It's really, really unreal. But I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of the Larry Euro decision, and what are you actually expecting? Let me tell you the strategy that United actually had, which now when I come to look at it, I actually respect. Listen to this strategy because I know a lot of people have not kept you updated with this one. So the strategy that United had as a team, according to Ben Jacobs, he said Manchester United's aim was to make two quick signings before their US tour, which were under 100 million pounds, which they have done. Zubamendi, which they Joshua is this some key or something like that? I don't know how you pronounce that. Joined and yearly euro for 62 million. So it's 42 million plus 60 something million euro, which is around maybe 80, maybe close to 90, but 80 something million pounds. And is undergoing medical. The budget, which was the budget of Manchester United. Now, anything that is going to happen in terms of signings from now on going forward, it will depend on the ongoings, the players that are going to be leaving Manchester United. Those are the ones that are going to at least give an idea. And I actually feel that for a team that, by the way, you have to understand, this is a team that is still trying to make up. They're still trying to create a good transfer strategy. They've just gotten their people. They've just gotten the people who are joining in terms of the players who are in terms of the main players who are going to be working in this strategy of the transfers and everything is working out. They have a list of players that they want out and the players that they're actually interested in getting in if they get players out. And one of the players, if you might be asking what are some of the outgoings, I'm going to make it clear. Today, Alex Crook, Talksport representatives, who's actually covering the transfers runner for Talksport, if I'm hearing, this was what he had to say. He said West Ham have opened talks to sign Aaron Wan-Bissaka with Manchester United and want a minimum of around 15 million pounds, and it could go to add-ons which of around 5 million, which could lead to even around 20 million pounds. So this is a deal which is actually visible, which is actually viable, which we have been told that it's moving. I don't know how far this will go, but I'm being told that this is a deal that is moving, and we have to keep an eye. Like we have to keep an eye on it because if they get the money, they will make some decisions. Remember, they want to sign Ortega from PSG. That has been the deal that they've been trying to get done. Of course, they might still want to add another centre back. One of the players that I'm being told is that they actually still want to go sign the Ligt in Bayern Munich. So there is a lot of movement that is still going to happen in Manchester United. But the first outgoing, which we are being told, and you have to keep an eye, it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because they actually believe that if he leaves, they get the players and they actually get what they want to do. One of the players that have been told, actually have lost the story if I could have showed you, what you have been told is that they also, Scott McTominay could be leaving to go to, is it to Fulham or something, if I'm not mistaken? It could be Fulham. And the Fulham actually made a bid which was rejected. So we have to keep an eye on that one because that could be another player that could be moving for Manchester United. So you have to respect their deals. You have to respect what they're doing. But the bigger deal that they've done of the day is Larry Yeli. I don't even have to learn his name now. But Yoro, is the biggest one I believe you have to keep an eye on. So let's see what happens, people. Let's see what happens. Let's move on to other transfer stories that has been just going all over the world. And one of them is this one. It's coming from us now. It seems like us now has some deals that they need to do. So according to, I think it's called the Franz Fletcher and West Ham employee, Reece Nelson has agreed to join West Ham, and now talks have begun between the two clubs. No fee yet, but Nelson is hoping the deal is complete before the US tour starts. This is according to some West Ham journalists who are keeping an eye on everything that is happening. That Reece Nelson could be going to West Ham, another London club which is showing some serious move in terms of what they want to achieve. They have a mission, and you just have to respect it because they know what they want. Whatever you might say, it's up to you, but they have a mission. They want to get some players in and players out. And I cannot wait to see how that situation plays out. As well as there are also some deals that are still happening, and there are some deals that people might have forgotten, but some of us we haven't forgotten, which includes this player. If you remember this player, we were told Arsenal have been moving on Ricardo Calafori. Arsenal's move for Ricardo Calafori is told because Balogan and Barca are on standby. The reason why they're on standby is because of his say own fee. The Gunners have been pushing for a week, but their negotiations are frozen, with Balogan threatening to call off the whole entire deal. And this was reported by the Mirror that the player that Arsenal have been talking and everyone has been talking about, that it's done, it's nearly done. It looks like it's on the thread and it's on the verge of actually being called off. The reason why it's being called off is because the team is not satisfied. The team that actually is buying the player, they are not satisfied with what they're being told by us now. So this could actually be a scary news for us now, because you understand that how these deals are playing on. Like, they want to get their players done before the US tour because they're preparing for everything that's going to be happening. And now they're being told that their prime target, according to some reliable sources of us now who have been telling us that this is their prime target, is being told that is on the verge of actually the deal being quit. They might actually walk away, and that is to be a scary thing if you're an Arsenal fan, because you're looking at this deal and you're saying that, okay, we are hoping that we get this player, the best player to replace Zinchenko, according to what I've been told, or the best player to actually be that left center back. I don't know how you guys are planning out to play it like, but that's what I'm being told, that you can actually use him on whatever. I've seen some videos on the strategies on how much this is a good signing for Arteta, but the deal was not agreed. And until you do like what United did with Yoro, if you are not in agreement with the club as well as with the player, then don't shout it out and say that it's done. There is a danger of this being stopped, because I was wondering, this was announced almost some weeks back that this is almost close to be done. And now we're almost a week later and nothing has happened. Now things are actually coming out to the light, and it looks like this could happen because, according to other sources, there is a player who's in Juventus that this team called Balogan are interested in. And if they don't agree with us now, they're willing to do a swap plus money on top with the Juventus to get that player. So I don't know. I'm not saying that I know everything that is going to happen in this deal, but according to all the rumors we have been told, there is a threat that this deal could actually disappear. And I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you expect over this, and how do you see it happening? And I want to know what's going to happen. It's been an interesting transfer window since the Euro came to an end. And I want to hear from you guys. As well as we are moving on to one deal that has been really interesting. If you've been paying attention, one thing that we've been told so many times, and it's regarding this man. You have seen him on the thumbnail if you've clicked on it. This man is on the verge of joining PSG. So, according to so many reliable sources, even Fabrizio Ramon confirmed it today on the video that he did. Breaking news: PSG are advancing on João Neves. Negotiations are taking place for a fee which is around 70 million euro. Remember, his release clause is around 120 million euro. But according to what we are being told, the negotiations that PSG are actually working on might lower that fee to 70 million euro. That will be a good business deal by the PSG. And PSG are confident of completing this deal quickly. So that's what we were told earlier on today. And there was another news that came from another source. So there are so many sources that are coming out in terms of the João Neves deal. It looks like he could be going to PSG. And the reason why PSG wants to get this business done, this deal done very, very early, is because of what I just told you a few minutes ago. If you're listening, Manchester United are interested in buying Ortega. Remember, Ortega is also a DM, so Ortega goes well with who? With the João Neves. So if they get this deal done, they're able to go sell this player. That with the money that they're gonna make from Manchester United after selling Ortega, it becomes easy for them to get the job done. So it looks like there is a good business that is being done by PSG. I don't really know what's gonna happen, but those are some of the news that have been circulating and just going so far about. Even though I'm not even done in terms of PSG, they're also confident of also getting the Victor Osimhen deal done. According to the rumors we're being told, it looks like Victor Osimhen is actually on his verge to go to PSG. They're trying to do this as wise as they can. They've already messed up one deal that they wanted to do with one of the players who's actually in Napoli because of their strategy of actually trying to get the player. So they're now trying to do it in a wise way, if I think so. So PSG are negotiating with Napoli, trying to get the deal done. It could be one of the deals that could be announced either later this week or early next week. So you have to keep an eye on that. PSG are working on other deals. It's been an interesting transfer window, people, and you have to keep an eye. If you sleep on it, you actually miss. And one of the stories that I've been trying to avoid since it was released, even if you have been watching this on the Connect, you've seen that I've tried to ignore this on Facebook or wherever you have been watching us from. And it's because of this man you are looking on the screen. So Real Madrid are looking for a Toni Kroos replacement. Let's face it, they need a player who has the ball capability of a Toni Kroos, a player who just retired just a few days ago in the Euros, or it's almost a week or something, but a few days ago. So Real Madrid are keen on the signing of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has a year left in his contract. This is according to TalkSport. So if you are looking for the relevance of the sources of the people who are reporting this is TalkSport. And what we are being told is that they are willing to sign him, but if they don't want, they are willing to wait on the player and until to get the deal done. Remember, they have a strategy. Whether we like it or not, they have a strategy. And that strategy is, if you want to be part of the Galacticos, you wait for us. Let us do the deal. If your team don't agree, then we'll get you on the free. So this is what we're being told. They want to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't want to hear this information, but that's what I'm being told. They want to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. And if we close our eyes on this a bit as Liverpool fans, we might miss out on one of our youngsters. And I just don't know how to feel, to be honest, when it comes to Trent Alexander-Arnold, because I thought we are starting a new era with this new manager, and I'm really excited. And the fact that I can't believe that Liverpool had to wait until there was a year left in his contract to start negotiating to get him into a new deal, that is just beyond me. That is just beyond me as a fan. Why do FSG always want to make things harder than they have to be? We have Salah who's on 1 year contract, Virgil van Dijk, now Trent Alexander-Arnold, who we are believing that next generation of Liverpool is actually on his hands, is the guy that Real Madrid are about to get from us. And if they do their business right, they'll get him. We saw Jude Bellingham. He has been working so hard to get him. Let us all be honest. We might try to hide this. They have been working so hard to get this guy with Jude Bellingham in the international games, and now things are looking like they're moving the direction that they want. And you have to be keeping an eye on this, because things might just go anywhere they go. And it's a scary thought to think that we're about to lose Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's a scary thought that there is a possibility that a big club like this can just call upon his name. We know of how good he is. We know of how much he can be. So many people talks about his flow, how much he loses the ball. I thought maybe it's because of the chaotic game that Klopp used to enjoy to play under Liverpool. We are getting a freak of nature. We are getting a manager who actually wants to control the game, who wants to control everything. I have a feeling Trent Alexander-Arnold will succeed a lot under Ancelotti because he will control the game to make it easy for him to play the game. And that's why I'm afraid that we are about to see the best of Trent Alexander-Arnold and we are about to lose into Real Madrid. So that is a scary thought. And according to Talk Sports, they could be coming after him. And I haven't heard anything from Liverpool to show that they're actually thinking of doing something, but that's what we're being told. So you have to keep an eye on whatever that happens with this. I just want to believe it, but that's what we're being told. The other deal that I need people to keep an eye on, of course, is for Nico Williams. By the way, and Barcelona. Barcelona have been working so hard now for some time to make sure that they sign this guy Nico Williams so that he can be part of their club, which is going to be trying to fight against Real Madrid next season because we all know that Real Madrid are gonna be good. They've just signed Kylian Mbappe. We saw the unveiling, everything has happened. So Barcelona believe that if they have at least Nico Williams in the team, in the squad, this could be an interesting team. They could actually create something that can fight maybe a bit to try to push themselves closer to this Real Madrid side. So according to some reports that has been coming out, they're working on the player side. The reason why they're focusing more on the player side is because it's after getting the player to agree on whatever they're gonna make him agree. It's only to trigger the release clause when it comes to the team that this player plays for. The rest it will be done if there is an agreement with the player. But now there's an interesting twist that is happening because let's face it, this has been an interesting player that everyone has been keeping an eye on. And according to what I'm being told here, if you've been listening to some story, this is what has come out today. Aston Villa are prepared to compete with Chelsea and Barcelona for Nico Williams. He is viewed as an ideal player to replace Musa Diaby, who is said to be going to Saudi Arabia, according to Ben Jacobs. But this team talks are reporting that Nico Williams could also be one of the guys that attracts interest from Aston Villa. They want to get him, and they believe that this will be a reliable signing for them to actually go forward. This is the player that they need for them to have an idea of what they want trying to do. The best replacement when you think about it for most of them. I think actually it's not actually a replacement, it's actually an upgrade when you look at it. So this is a story that I would advise people to look upon it because as much as Barcelona are failing to at least agree on the personnel or with the player side, it could open up so many floodgates that they don't want to get involved in. And we all know what is happening. This has been the transfer window that has been going on for some time, and we never know what's going to be happening, people. So I'll be keeping you updated with everything that is happening when it comes to transfer window. As you can see, I haven't reported anything from Liverpool because what has Liverpool really reported to? Really, what have they reported today? I haven't heard anything. The other news that I was also forgetting before I go off of the transfer window, transfer, Mason Greenwood is actually going to Marseille. According to what I'm being told, he has now landed to Marseille with Fabrizio Ramon giving a video clip to show he has landed to Marseille, and now it's just situation of doing everything that they need to do to get things done. And I'm telling you, there is something that is happening with this Manchester United. Negotiations between Manchester and Bayern Munich have now gone cold at the moment. United were not willing to spend the 50 plus bonus demanded by Bayern Munich, and they prioritized to sign Leny Yoro, and now they've got their man. So they're looking so good. Imagine Leny with the butcher. This has been the main story that we've kept you updated with today. So I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Really, what you thought about this, and what are you expecting to see as we move on? As we are going to be moving on to the news, which has been actually going all over the world. So in this moment, we are going to be covering every news that has been happening. So Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section over the transfers and what has kept you really interested in the transfer news over this week. Let me just open up an interesting story that I need you to go through. So Liverpool have signed another backroom staff, who by the way is the former Everton defender. If you didn't know him, and according to what we are being told, it seems like he's already had a training with the players, and it seems like everyone has really been excited. So according to David Cope, he's saying that although we have officially announced he was officially announced as a new assistant to Slot today. Heather has already taken a number of coaching succession with the first team squad, and the players and coaching staffs alike have been impressed with these methods of coaching. This is a guy who has been signed from Ajax, if I'm not mistaken, and he's gonna be working as one of the staff coaches for Liverpool. And I think what I was told, the only person who's left, I think they need a set piece coach to actually have the team ready for what they want to achieve this season. They only have to make sure that the set piece course is what is set and ready. So we'll keep an eye on to that, as well as there's been a story that has been happening on social media, and I've just been quiet over it. And now I think it's time for us to talk about it. I don't know, all of you have heard it already, and it involves Enzo Fernandez. So I think a lot of people have seen the clip. Enzo Fernandez was with his Argentine players, and he was having one of the best moments after they've just beaten, which team was at Colombia, into the final. And it seems like they, of course, remember teams are divided into two buses, and it seems like in the bus he was in, there were some crazy racist chants which were saying, especially according to the French players, and it did not really take so many people well, and they were not really happy with what happened. And I I just don't get it. I don't get it with Enzo Fernandez. You know for a fact that your team is full of French players. And somehow in your mind of mind, you thought it was a good idea to make sure that you are live on IG while your team is singing something which is considered as racist, in something that you know it's racist. You put it on live stream, and you think that the whole entire thing is gonna be okay. You think that the whole entire team of yours, which you're gonna be going back next week for the preseason, or maybe the week after because you've been in the international, you think that they're gonna just be okay with it. If you thought that was a good idea to be live streaming you and your fellow countrymen singing racist chants against another country, I don't know. And to make it worse, you are going back to this team. So let me tell you what this racist chants which you're saying and everything that happened has led to. Read to what you're going to be looking at on the screen. So according to the sources we're being told, it looks like these players that are on the list, 10 players have already unfollowed Enzo Fernandez on Instagram, who are actually his players, and on Instagram, and following his racist chants and whatever that has happened. Wesley Fofana, the one who actually first highlighted it and complained about this, Badi Ashile, Alex Disasi, Male Gusto, Christopher Nkuku, Leslie Ukochuku, Malangsa, David, David and Davison Fofana, Romeo Lavia, and Amado Bruge. These are 10 players who have said, nope, we are not getting involved with you. And the funny part, you need to play. These guys have to work with you. I just feel like this is going to create what we call an implosion into this Chelsea, new look Chelsea that they're working on. This is one thing that is going to create a crazy implosion. And I have a feeling that the only way this gets better is to get this player out of the Chelsea team. He has to leave Chelsea if they want to save. I know he was an expensive player and stuff like that, but how do you come back from this? Maybe you can tell me something different. How do you come back from this? Because this is a big problem. This is a big problem, especially that you are the one who thought, okay, we are singing these crazy racist things. Let me put it on my IG. Let me see what my fans will say. Let me see what all the public will say. That level of ignorance, you should never be doing it, especially at this stage of football. You can never be doing this. It doesn't make sense. Of course, yes, put on an apology. I get it. I get it. There is an apology. I get it. But what does it fix? The damage is done, people. The damage is already done. What does it really fix? I know I may be harsh, but I want to hear from the Chelsea fans. You guys let me know in the comment section. What do you think this actually, in a way, do you have any positive spin you can put out of this situation? Do you see this governing the Chelsea fan, the Chelsea group, like the Chelsea backroom staff? Do you see this governing them and making them strong? Because to be honest, that's my side of the story, and I'm not even a Chelsea fan. I'm just a rival. I don't see it. So it's gonna be an interesting weeks, and let's see what happens. FIFA doing a that thing that they do investigation that they always tell the world that they're doing into the incident, and we will see. And it's funny part that they're doing an investigation into something that was really put out into the public. Everyone has a video. Anyone who wants the video has it. What's gonna happen? That's my question. How would this plays out like? So there were some certain players who somehow, by God's grace, were on the different bus, which in a way could have actually saved them from this embarrassment or this crazy situation which has now taken place. And I'm gonna try to show you, and I wanna hear your thoughts in the comment section about it. So according to okay, this is the release statement. I don't know if you saw it, guys. I think you saw this, which was released by Chelsea over the situation. They talked about it and they felt like it was important that they try to come out on the other side and make it sound clean. As they said, Chelsea Football Club. Sorry for that. As they said, Chelsea Chelsea Football Club finds all forms of discrimination behavior and whatever that are completely unacceptable. We are proud of their diversity and whatever. It's like I'm reading a story from a candidate who's running to become a president or something like that. But we all know that this did not look good. So this is what I wanted to show you. Players who somehow were actually, maybe if they were in the bus, they would have stopped the Argentina players from singing this. Players who were not in the bus involved in the racist chants against the French players are Lionel Messi, Alex McAllister, Emiliano Martinez, Nicolas Otamendi, and Alessandro Martinez. These are the players who were not in the bus, according to what we've been told. I don't know about the other ones which have been mentioned, but these are the people that I've been told. So we have to keep an eye on how this plays out like. But yeah, it's not looking good for Enzo. Not looking good for your boy Enzo Fernandez. So we'll keep you an update on that. So unless you live under a bus or you have been doing something, I think you have heard about the story that this guy is no longer the manager of England, Gareth Southgate. He has decided that, okay, he has done his best and he wants to move on. So, according to all the sources that have been told, we've been told of managers who could be able to actually succeed him. Of course, we were told of Eddie Howe. We were also told of the likes of Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, um, so many players so many managers like the former Chelsea manager Graham Potter, and so many who can come to take over the position of this. How do I feel, for example, of Southgate stepping up? I actually felt like it was a good idea. To be honest, I feel like as much as this has been the successful campaigns England have been, this has been the worst Englands we have seen in terms of performance. They needed to put out a team that can perform, and that's not what this team was doing. So that's why we've been told that they're looking on other players, other people who could come in. They tried to reach out to Jurgen Klopp. He's not interested. He wants to rest. We have also been told that they were also talking to Pep Guardiola. They're trying to convince the guy to come to this team. And what we're told is that FA wants to appoint Pep Guardiola and are willing to wait for the Spaniard with his to finish with Man City or when this contract comes to an end with Man City. This means they could appoint him an intern manager to replace Gareth Southgate for the moment until Pep Guardiola is a free agent. So that tells you how much they are really desperate. I think that explains why they wanted to keep Gareth Southgate. They wanted to keep him until they reach to a point where they can actually get what they can get Pep Guardiola if that's the man that they really wanted. And on the other news, just to make it even more exciting, the guy we're just talking about right now, he's actually eyeing an interesting job as he's hoping that if the Manchester manager does not perform, Gareth Southgate wants to be wants the Manchester United job and is putting the pressure on Eric Ten Hag to make sure that he has a good start to the new season. If he doesn't, he'll be replaced by Gareth freaking Southgate. Now that'll be an interesting look of a club. I can't wait to see how that one plays out like, but you have to keep an eye on this one, people, because it looks like this is something that could actually happen. So that's why we're being told by Daily Star. As well, on the other news, we've been told that Thiago Alcantara becomes a new member of Hans Flick staff as he joins Barcelona. It has been now announced after he just announced his retirement. This is him dressed in the now managerial whatever that has been called, whatever that they call it. Let me show you the last part I wanted to show you. So Klopp will not take the England job as he's committed to his time off. He wants to be committed in his time off. He wants to rest and allow the guy to rest. People. On the other news, this is something that I would really like to read as a Liverpool fan. Gerald Konza talking about the new manager Arsenal. He said it's good. I think a lot of my strength can be shown in this system, and I like his kind of play. So it seems like Liverpool youngsters are having a good time under the new manager, and it seems like they believe that they could even succeed and actually give more in terms of how the situation plays out like. But anyway, people, let me tell you. Oh, there is a breaking news while I'm still live here, so I'm just gonna put it on. So let me hear what you guys think about this. Let me put it on here. This concerns the transfer that I was just talking about a few minutes ago of Arsenal and the guy that they've been up to, their main target of this transfer window. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm being told right now, which is just breaking news. Arsenal's moved for Ricardo Calafiore is stalled because the club cannot agree on the valuation, in which is complicated by the desire to use a reluctant Kivio or as a McQuaid or something like that. So they were trying to put on a player on in terms of making a deal with the player on, and it seems like it's not working on. But now what I'm being told is that the deal looks like it's really, really, really stalling, and I don't know. The main media has not really reported it. I haven't heard David Onstein saying anything. I haven't heard Fabrizio Ramon saying anything. But we have to keep an eye on this one as it looks like something is about to happen here. It could be time for us to be shocked as there will be some movement. But as things stands right now, keep an eye on what's happening here. Let's keep an eye. Let's just keep an eye. That's the only thing I can say. Let's just keep an eye. So there's a lot of news that is happening in when it comes to transfer news, people, and I'll be keeping you updated with it. I think I'll be back tomorrow to talk about what's happening in terms of the transfer window. So also I'm gonna be doing as a video to talk about the new systems, especially of the new players that have been put and how they're gonna influence the teams that are gonna be played with when we are looking at United and what they're trying to achieve with the styles and everything that they're working on, looking as well at Ancelotti, Liverpool, and everything that they're trying to achieve, even though they haven't done any signings. Looking as well as Pep Guardiola, what exactly is anything that is changing with the Manchester City? Because it seems like nobody's leaving and nobody's coming in until there's still so much time of the transfer window. So let's keep an eye on that. Also talking about the new Chelsea, the new manager, and what is happening right now with this thing that has just happened, can that have an impact over what's going to be happening on the team? Can that affect whatever they're trying to achieve as a team? I don't know. I'll keep you updated over all those things as they go through, as well as what are we expecting on this new season of the Premier League. Teams are already began their training preseason games. Tottenham were playing. Ange Postecoglou was just talking a few minutes, and he was also asked about the England job. You have to keep an eye on that one. People think that he could move. But all the things that I've seen today, to be honest, nothing. But the only thing that is going to be taking everyone's eye on is the Yoro deal. To be honest, that took me by surprise. I did not see that one happening, but it has happened, people. So let's see what happens. Thank you very much for watching. This has been the Football Connect. I've been your host, Sam, and you can catch me on all the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, as well as Instagram, TikTok. We're all there as well. So click the like button, subscribe to Connect. The best way you support us. Let's see what happens here, people. But for United fans, I don't want to lie to you, people. This is a good deal, and I'm telling you, this guy is gonna be good. So we're out, people. We'll see you on another video. Out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.
Beats the goalkeeper. You're just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best.